Alright guys, today we're going to keep talking about different types of angles. We already learned complementary and supplementary yesterday. Complementary are two angles that add up to 90 degrees. Supplementary are two angles that form a straight angle or 180 degrees. An adjacent angle, those two angles are going to share a side. Vertical angles are going to share a vertex but are opposite and congruent. Alternate interior are angles between parallel lines and are congruent. Interior means like inside. Alternate exterior are between parallel lines and are congruent, and exterior means like outside. Corresponding angles are congruent, and they're on the same side as the transversal. And transversal is probably a term that we haven't heard yet. A transversal is simply a line that crosses at least two other lines. So let's say I have these two parallel lines, and I had a line going through it. This line going through it is the transversal. So let's look at some examples. Okay guys, let's look at this example. We're only going to have one example. We're just going to point out a bunch of things. So let's talk about adjacent angles. Adjacent angles share a side. They're also known as right next door. So if I have angle A, its adjacent angle that shares a side and is right next door is angle B. Likewise, the adjacent angle for angle C is angle D. Now let's do vertical angles. Vertical angles share a vertex, but are opposite and congruent. So if I have angle B, the opposite of angle B is going to be angle C. And I see that they do share a vertex, and if I look, they are visually congruent. Let's see if you can point out a pair of vertical angles. Alright, let's move on to alternate interior angles. Interior angles are going to be inside your transversal. So if this is my transversal, and these are my two lines, the alternate interior ones are going to be the ones inside. So if I have angle C, alternate means, again, sort of the opposite. The alternate interior angle for angle C is going to be angle F. Let's see if you can point out the other one. Alright, and then I have alternate exterior angles. So these are the same idea, they're just outside the parallel lines. So let's say I have angle A. The alternate exterior angle for angle A is going to be angle H. And as you can see, it's also visually congruent. Lastly, we have corresponding angles. When this transversal splits these two in half, the angles here and here are going to be congruent on all sides. So the corresponding angle for angle A is going to be angle E. And for angle C, the corresponding angle is angle G. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me today. We're just going to point out a bunch of these and do lots and lots of practice. Let's get to it.